Hey guys, I figured I'd get on here on this live real quick. It's getting a little cooler out here at night, and I feel bad. Earlier today, I was running a live, and I know that 70 people at least were watching the stream when I went live streaming earlier. And I don't know what the deal was. I have been out here in 100 degrees, and even it's been so hot out here. And today of all days, it was like 60 some degrees. The sun was out. I had my phone in the shade, and it still decided to get all nasty. So sorry about that. I know everybody was probably anticipating getting to watch that log. Unfortunately, we ended up cutting that log, and then you guys got to see the boards, and then it just died. So sorry about that, guys. Definitely not what I anticipated on seeing, but I'm just out here right now. I actually forget I did actually get a good amount of work done today. Flip you guys around here. So these are all the little cutoffs. I cut 2-inch strips for my battens, and these are my boards. Obviously, I got the whole chicken shed started with it. Here are those ones that you saw earlier. You can really see the modular arrays now, and there's some little cracks. Sometimes when you cut wood, sometimes it gets really nice, and then sometimes, hey, look, there's Sparkle, the cat. She's got 5 kittens. But anyway, so I cut these up, and everything was looking good, and then all of a sudden it was boom. One of the boards underneath has a crack in it, which I like to find this stuff before, not after. So, yeah, I got some of these boards here to clean up. I did end up cutting that log. The other side of that log, I had a 6-inch wide cant, and I ended up getting, I think there's 5 2x6s in there of oak, red oak. So it's been looking pretty good. There's some mulberry that's sitting there. Yeah, I got a mess down here. I didn't want to leave it a mess, but other things had to happen this afternoon. But then on this side of the mill, I also have quite a bit. Kitty, what are you doing? Yep, it's the only bad thing about having a sawdust and cats around. She probably did her business in my sand in the sawdust. But anyways, so I'm cleaning this up. But I got kind of a mountain here from 2 of the logs that I ended up cutting. So, but yeah, I'm cleaning up these flitches. I got this whole pile out of here. Got this pile out because I got people that need firewood, and I don't need all of it. I have some. There's some pine, some cherry, some oak. So I actually take a spot over here. I'll walk you guys over and show you. Make a spot over here, and now I have a guy that comes out, picks it up. But there you go. There's a whole bunch of cutoffs, some basically outside boards and flitches that I don't want anymore. So there's that. So those are all junk. But at least now you guys can actually see the sawmill. I got the lights on the mill here, so you guys can actually see what's going on. So, but now, the only downside is it's late. Right now, the time is, let's see, I can't see the time. The time is 8:40 p.m., but I got till 10 o'clock to make noise around here, so I do it. And the neighbors really don't care, so I've already talked to a bunch of them. They don't even, half of them don't even hear me. So, but yeah, what I can do here is I could actually sit you guys up on the back side of the mill so you can watch from the back. But I'm going to trim up some of these flitches here, get some finishing boards off, and see what we can get from there. So yeah, I'm going to start the mill up here. Hopefully I have enough fuel in it yet for the rest of this day. Is that a good board? Is that a good board? Sure looks like a good board. Oh no, we got some bark on that one. We can make a 1x4 out of that. I'm sure we can make a 1x4 out of that. Can we get a 4 out of there? Ah, we could. Just enough. Sweet. So, but yeah. So, throw this back up on the mill. Get that there. And then, yeah. I normally don't use rigid stuff, but I got my Milwaukee batteries here because I have the lights on the mill are set up with a Milwaukee setup. I don't know if I ever showed, I know maybe some people have seen this in previous things, but I can show you guys real quick. So when I first got the sawmill, obviously these sawmills don't come with lights on them, so I retrofitted it with lights. So I got a light in the back here so I can see what's at the back here, can still see the blade. I got 2 lights in the front. One light shines on the actual wood, the other light is on the top, and it shines over on the loading area so I can actually see what's going on. But then the nice thing about that is I can pretty much see everything from this side, so it gets pretty nice. But what I can do here is I can set you guys up on this side of the mill. You guys can actually watch from over here, because I got plenty of light over here now. Now, actually, you know what? I'll stack some of these on here and then we'll go take a look at the chicken shed. Excuse me. Set you guys up here on the back so you guys can actually see what's going on. There we go. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do, I don't know if you guys just saw, I'm putting some flitches up here. I want to cut them off. So I'm actually going to move you guys over here to a set of the boards so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Move you back here where the tractor is so you get a better view. What I'm doing is I'm trimming these down. So what I'm going to do with the boards that are on the mill, I'm just trying to get some 1x4s out of them. These boards are very, obviously they're awkward looking. So this one's really tapered. The one behind it's really tapered. So I'm just trimming some pieces out of it. But yeah. So if anybody joining now has watched the stream from this morning, I apologize for the camera dying. It was just overheating. I don't know why. But anyways, let's get to cutting. I always like to let the mill warm up a little bit, even when I don't run it for a while, just to get that oil moving. But yeah, so this is the LT15 start with a 9-degree Wood-Mizer double hard blade on it. Alright guys, so basically what you just saw me do is I just cut two 1x4s. I got two with bark on that I can use for trimming out something to make it look pretty. But what I'm doing right now is I am separating the junk wood from the good wood. Over on the right side of the mill, on this side, I just threw some pieces that I'll use for stickers. The stuff in front of me is firewood, and then the stuff over to the left of me over here is good wood. So I have a nice little stack of good wood here. But yeah, so that was that. I'm gonna bring you guys over here so you guys can see what I'm doing over on this side. But yeah, so one of the things that I'm doing with this chicken coop is I'm taking all of the leftover good wood that I have all these flitches over here. I'm trimming them up on the mill. So I can actually bring you guys right into the operator station here, show you guys what it looks like. Sorry, it is not the smoothest. I'm not the smoothest at this. Hopefully the live is sucking up a lot of this video. Whoa, okay, there we go. So this is from the operator station side here. I actually got my water running. But you guys can see, so I got these boards down here, and then what I'm gonna do is stack up some more flitches on this side and I'll cut them off there. All right, we're gonna cut this from the back. Alright guys, I don't know if you can hear me over the motor of the sawmill, but this piece is actually pretty thick. I want to trim this down, and I want to see if I can get a 1-inch board out of this. This board is about 8 inches across, so if I can get a 1x8 or a 1x6 out of this, it's not a complete loss. All right, well, we got more than what I bargained for out of that little piece. I mean, there's two pieces there. Yeah, it seems like a lot of wasted time, but one board, these 1x6s that I'm cutting out of this oak, and the other pieces that I got over here, that are next to the mill that I have stacked up, these are all extra boards from that log that I was not anticipating getting. But the one nice thing about getting these is I'm putting these on the roof of the chicken house to give it more stability. I'm still going to put a metal roof on it, but I want to put these on the top to span between the 2x for the roof rafter. So this oak, I mean, there is nothing pretty about this. This has some rot on the edge of it. Here, I'll lay this down on the mill so you guys can see. You can see the hardwood in the middle, but then you got this really spongy stuff on the outside. It's not real hard. You can actually break it off with your thumb. But there's a decent board out of that little piece, whole way through. So, but I mean, and that actually is a pretty long board. I think that's more than 8 foot. There's 7, 8. There's a 10-footer in there. I mean, that's 10 foot to the, you can see that equally rotted spot right there, but so, but there you go. That was just a piece of wood that didn't really know what was getting out of it. That piece there maybe won't be as prized. But you can see it's all spalted and got wormy holes in it, and maybe somebody would want to make something out of that. But for me right now, my purpose is to use these boards for something pretty much immediately. So move this down here. So don't know if anybody has commented on here at all. Let me see here. I don't even know. Can I even see messages on here? I don't even know. If anybody has any comments they'd like to make, please do. I know I've been doing this for a little bit now, and I try to do as least amount of unfiltered videoing as I can, just because some people, like, it's great to watch a video, but it's also great to see how people got there. So one thing I really like about doing this is you guys get to see the unfiltered part of it. I mean, this is just the stuff that everybody's like, oh, you can build all this stuff and you can put these shorts on YouTube. Yeah, but when I make a video, I feel pride in making the video and showing you guys every step of the way. So, like, even just cutting the sawmill, putting a new band on the sawmill, maybe even just showing you what I do, like a little simple step. I mean, everybody gets those on YouTube. Everybody can find something on YouTube. But I appreciate everybody coming here and watching. So, can you guys actually see this video, like, live? I don't know if it's lagged or how it looks. Let's see. It's not even showing. I don't know. Can you guys even comment? I don't see anything here. I'm so new to this, it's ridiculous. I have no idea. I just get on here live to see how many people like to watch, and is there anything you guys would like to see? Because I'm on here live now. I'm like, well, it's really dark out, and the time, what time is it? It's 9 o'clock. So, yeah, I will only make noise for about another hour yet out here. But if anybody has questions about how I did the lights on the sawmill, what the chicken coop looks like, I did, out of today's work that I did, I was able to cut a bunch of battens for the chicken coop, and I got this whole load of boards behind me. If you guys were watching earlier, I got 15 1x8s out of that one log, and then multiple other pieces out of that same log. So 15 1x8s, 5 2x6s, and I may have gotten like 4 or 5 1x6s out of that same log. So a good amount of yield out of there. Board feet, I don't know exactly. I'd have to figure that out. But yeah, any questions? I'd love to hear about it. And if you're watching this video when it's not live, if you have any questions, please enter it in the comments. of the video, because I'd love to hear feedback. I don't know what you guys are actually seeing. Do I seem ridiculous or not? You know, just let me know. But yeah, so let me flip you guys around here. We'll take a walk up to the, I'll pull my phone off the stand here. I'll take a walk up here. I'm gonna grab this other light, and we will walk up to the chicken coop. So the new chicken coop, so we have our livestock trailer up here. The chicken coop used to be to the right of the tree, and I almost stepped through the floor of it one day when I went to go get eggs. So that was kind of scary, not knowing what was underneath. But so I made this. These are all of our new chickens that we raised out in the chicken tractor. I've been moving them. There's another chicken tractor. There's nobody in that one. I see 3 chickens are sleeping outside tonight. What are you guys doing? You guys can also see how the sawmill lights up the whole yard. And then we have our little family fire pit over here. Got some lights. My son broke off the post earlier. So here we go. Here's the chicken coop back in the woods. So what I plan on doing is putting some boards on the outside of this. So you'll see boards. You won't see the rafter on the end, but you'll see some boards. And then I was talking about the 1x6s. I'm going to plan on lining the roof with 1x6s. So these are all, if you guys saw shorts of the video, my mom's chicken coop that I built, all the floorboards and all those boards up top right now are left over from the other chicken coop. I did not saw any of those recently. This is all old stuff, and all the rafters that came for the chicken coop were also sawed from that same log. So, but you guys can see this is where we're at. So, also all these boards on the outside, if you guys were watching live the other night, all these boards on the outside came from one log. It was a massive log. It was nice and straight, and there wasn't many imperfections in it. You can see some of the knots on the outside. Some of it's quarter sawn. Yeah. Yep, and so the main frame of this, I had one pine that was on my property that was dead, and I dropped it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to cut it into something. Well, I ended up cutting it into the main, the floorboards are sitting on the main frame. So there's 2 4x6s by 17 foot long. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but that goes from front to back. And I lagged them together. And then every 16-inch, I have 16-inch centers on the 2x that go across for the floorboards, and I nailed them in place. So, yeah, this is our current front of the building. I am no carpenter by any means, but this is my structure. It's pretty solid. I mean, you can hang from the top of it. This is the far side. Okay. And then, woo, gotta fall down the hill. So this is the back side. So as you can see, that's what I mean, this is a chicken coop. But I can happily say that I have cut all these boards from all the wood that is cut for this project has actually been locally sourced logs, literally within a mile of my house. So, and I also can brag that I got them for free. I hauled them here, but I got them for free. So, nothing like, I mean, yes, not quality stuff, but to me, it's quality. So, yeah, I started on the back here. I cut all them boards on the inside. Those are going to go across the top. Then the center section there that you see studded out is where the nesting boxes will go, and in the bottom will get in. And then what I'm also going to do is take a whole bunch of small rocks and stack it the whole way back through here. The boys love digging in the creek, so we'll do that. But yeah, this is so what you guys see on the roof there. What I'm going to do is do that front to back with whatever leftover 1x6s I have from cutting these logs, and I'll reinforce the whole roof, and then I'll put the metal roof on top. So there's some leftover cut-offs. The other thing too is firewood. Everybody loves firewood, so nothing like a nice piece to start with kindling. All that oak, walking through spider webs. But yeah, but my wife also wanted a porch to sit on to drink coffee, so there's your little 5-foot porch. Here, move this out of the way. Give you guys a little taste of what she's talking about. So you guys can't really see it in the dark here, but so to the left, you can see the little white post out there in the middle. That is one pig pen. And then there is, you see the water container, the white water container there. And you can hear one of the pigs actually coughing over there. Must have ate something it shouldn't have. So, but in the morning, what she plans on doing is having the chickens go through here. This is high grasses and weeds that needs to come down, and so I plan on tearing some of these out and then having the chickens eat it, and it'll be a nice little area for the chickens. It gets a good amount of sunlight back here, but it also is shaded so it doesn't get real hot. Kind of dewy, even in the summer it's nice. So, but yeah, so what you see, like all this stuff in here, all this undergrowth is gonna eventually be fenced in, and then the pigs will, or not the pigs, but the chickens will go in here, and they will devour all of this and all the bugs and what else is in here. So it's worked so far for us back here in the other sections of the property. Should do this during the day so you guys can see more. But these are the chickens that are going to eventually be living in the chicken coop. Barred rocks. We have some mixed breeds in there. I don't know what the white one is, but yep. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching this. I appreciate it. Appreciate everything that everybody does. Not sure why this table's leaning up, but okay. Hey, Sparkle. What? What's the deal, Sparkle? This is a stray cat that we picked up. She came to the house and she wanted to be around. Now she's like the family cat. Now she's got 5 kittens because they're strays that run around our house. So, back over here, giving you guys a late night tour of the stuff that I do at night before I end up going in. So I end up putting the tractor away, and Sawmill's still lit up. You guys can see there's all them boards. You can see the quarter saw and stuff on the top. Very nice lumber. All to my wife's chicken coop. She deserves it. And there's Sparkle. So we had to move her and her little kittens. They were just outside, so we moved them into the barn here. This is our pig barn. What are you doing, Sparkle? Going in? You guys want to see kittens? Yeah, let's go see the kittens. Here they are. Little kittens. All 5 of them. And then if anybody's been watching the channel lately, don't know if I posted this, but we have piglets. 13 of them to be exact. They're getting pretty big. These guys are only 4 weeks old and they are massive. Hanging around outside. These guys are incredible. Yes, Sparkle. My late night walk. I do this pretty often, actually. Pigs are always awake. There's Mama Pig. Say hi, Birdie. Cleaning up. Got some apple wood there I want to split. So when I build a homemade wood smoker, got some logs back here, some white oak, some tulip poplar, some red oak. So what you guys see here, there's the chicken coop over there on that side. I was sitting on that porch. So these two pigs, this is Sunset and White Night. Hey guys, you guys have been fed twice today. I think you're good. They got my mulch pile in here that are digging in, and he's just getting, this is one of our original pig Colonel's boys. Oh my. Yeah, so, but yeah, you guys wouldn't believe this, but this grass that's back here, this was not grass before. This was poison ivy, about 2.5 feet tall, the whole thing. We've been moving the pigs through this. They've been eating everything. I planted tall fescue in here, and it started taking off in the back there, but then we moved pigs over here and then they killed it. So we'll have to wait till next year to see it come up, but all of this will change. It's amazing the spring, what the spring does. So the pigs were here and we flattened to level this out, so I'll plant on this next year. Kids must have been shooting at that. And then the pigs, the original pigs used to be back here at this hut, and you can see all the greenery coming in here. There's nothing used to grow back here. This was literally just dirt. Now we got greenery everywhere. It's crazy. I'm just looking for something. My son lost something earlier today, and then I couldn't find it, so I'm just taking a peek back here quick to have you guys on live. See if I can find it. I don't see it. He was doing donuts back here with his mini bike and a spring popped off, so who knows. But anyways, so yeah, you guys can see this. All this stuff that was here was actually here when we moved in. It was just buried. This whole section right here that you guys can see was about 2 foot tall of stacked windows and garage doors and junk. We've cleaned up all this so far. Even up here, nothing green was growing. It was all poison ivy. I mean, poison ivy's green, but it was gross. But the pigs have since eaten all of it, torn it down, cleaned it up, and now all the grass came in. This grass that's coming in back here was planted by me. It's amazing. It's coming up in the woods. And then we got pumpkins growing. Pumpkins everywhere. There's gourds. Look, there's tiny little gourd in there. Little gourds. Anything up here? Don't see nothing. A bunch of weeds. This is amazing though. All of this was just nothing but weeds and junk. Oh my word, guys. Huh. Check this out. This is a tomato plant growing in the woods. Look at that. Tiny little tomato plant. What the world? Pig manure, I'll tell you what, it does a lot of fantastic things. I gotta tear some of this out of here. This is where they were before. They've since eaten. Look at this. Huh. Random pumpkin. This is all tall fescue. Some of it came up, some of it didn't. It's all rotten now and crazy. And more. Time to go to bed, birdie. Alright, guys. Well, don't want to hold you guys up any longer. I know everybody's probably relaxing. Look, it's a herd of piglets. They all came out. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to go in the house now and enjoy some time with the wife, but figured I would sit here and... Oh, my word. Well, that's gross. That could be nasty. Dropped my cup right in the freaking mud. Yuck. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to also say thank you. I know there's only a few of you watching, but anybody that watches this later, this has been nothing but an adventure. I try to do this when I can. In the evenings, everybody, I know there's people that... Okay, I just noticed it cut out on me. So I'll start over. Thank you guys for watching tonight. They always say make time for things that you love. This has been nothing but an adventure for us, especially for me. I really enjoy cutting wood, building stuff. If you guys ever go onto the Wood Miser website, you'll see there's a picture of my daughter and I on there. It's been nothing but a blessing. I'm actually drinking out of a cup that they sent me. The wood life is real. I love doing it. People stop in here. I feel like it can better people's lives, even those who stop here for firewood. It may not be a lot, but I feel like I'm helping a little bit. And not only that, they help me. They bring joy. It brings joy to be able to give to them. And at such a small cost. Other than purchasing a tractor to help me out. Every guy likes his toys. I like my toy. Tractor's a nice toy. The Sawmill's a nice toy. But the original reason I bought this Sawmill, first and foremost, was because of a video I saw from Wood Miser. And that was the first item. The second item was I moved to this property and there were 4 trees that were dying and I wanted them to be usable for something. I didn't want to just throw them away or burn them. So, but yeah, the Wood Miser video was actually through Samaritan's Purse. A gentleman is using a Wood Miser sawmill. Somebody was calling me. The gentleman was using a Wood Miser sawmill and they're making cars for Samaritan's Purse and sending them to children that don't have toys or anything like that. And I'm like, I'd love to do that one day. So, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Actually, I'm not in trouble. But anyways, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But I watched this video about what they do, what this gentleman does with a sawmill, and I see how Wood Miser helps others out around the world. So Wood Miser is all over the place. So I just loved who they are, what they do, their customer support, the people that they deal with is really good. But yeah, I when I first moved to our new house 4 years ago, it's hard to believe I've been in our house almost 4 years in December, our new house, but been nothing but an adventure. We've raised over 400 meat chickens, 40 pigs, including piglets. Actually, yeah, 40 piglets. We've raised 3 dozen turkeys. We had rabbits. So we've done a lot of different stuff. Ducks. But a lot of it is possible because I bought this Wood Miser sawmill. I built chicken tractors to move them around, rabbit tractors to move them around. I built buildings to keep the pig in. I mean, I'm going to drop my cup again. The building behind me for the pigs. The pen I have are spot pig in. So it's just been amazing being able to use the sawmill. And not only that, I've been able to go to some pretty incredible people's houses and cut some wood. I went to a gentleman's house who lived up in one of the Penn State forests that were planted by Penn State. It's a white pine forest that they planted, and he manages the trees and he builds cabinetry. So that was cool. And even people coming from 50 to 60 miles away to come to a small sawmill like mine is incredible. And I thank those people. If any of you ever watch this video, and you know my name and you know what I do, thank you. So yeah, this has been nothing but a blessing. And everything that I say, I know anything that I say on YouTube or wherever, if anybody does watch this video or knows who I am, you know that I care about what I do, even through my regular work. These people back here, these doing tire burnouts and stuff, being crazy. But I really do thank everyone from the bottom of my heart that watches these videos, because of what it has enabled me to do. I feel like, oh yeah, I can do this and I can show it. So thank you guys and ladies for watching my videos, wherever you are, wherever you do. Thank you. So I will post this live stream later as a regular video to watch. I know it looks like I'm working on an hour here, but hopefully you guys got a little taste of what I do. This is what I do in the evening. So when usually everybody's in bed doing something, I'm out working, because I don't know, you gotta work hard for things, and the sacrifice that I make, it's not terrible. I do get to read my kids' stories and stuff in the evening before I go to bed, and usually they're awake when I go inside, so I get to put them to bed then too. But thank you guys, and have a wonderful evening. You may see me live again tomorrow, but we'll see. I'm going to try to keep this up so you guys can see some progress. But if anybody has any questions, please comment on this video, or like and subscribe and watch the journey, because I have we'll call it a sawmill building coming up. I already cut the logs. You guys saw the beams, and they've been sitting for a while. So I wanted to see if anything was going to happen to them before I put them up, because I don't want them to deteriorate. But I wanted to see what was going to happen. So we'll probably end up working on that. I will be taking some time off of work to be able to do this and make it happen. So thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful night, and come back again to the Creekside family. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful evening.